What up? GSD50JP in the house, which is my second house, I should say, it's my car. Anyway, I just got finished talking to my friend, the one where you saw our legs and stuff. But it's funny though, right? Because she's one of my friends that, nothing, no mutual consent, nothing, just talking. But, some of my friends, they just get so relaxed when we're talking and they just do stuff like that. I don't really care. But still, it's interesting. But it's interesting, really interesting kind of stuff like that happens. I swear, this truck seems like the truck that left Wakayama City Station when I was leaving. Wow, it's interesting. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, she's real cool. I've known her for, I don't know how many years, maybe 10 years or something. A long time. Nah, it can't be 10 years. But I'm sure it's more than 8 though. Wow. It shouldn't be that long. Okay, I don't know. It's been a while, though. It's been a long time. Maybe somewhere about 8 years, I guess. 8 or 9 years. Wow. But she's real cool people. Single. Looking for a boyfriend. And no, I'm not setting you guys up with her. Because the minute I set one of you guys up with one of my female friends, then me and my female friends stop being friends. Because you know how jealousy is. And I ain't got time for it. So I always lose friends when I set friends up. It's funny, but I don't do that anymore. But anyway, somebody was saying to me something about setting up some service or something where African guys from the motherland can get with the Japanese girls. But I think they got sites like that, so you guys could do that yourselves. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, I might think about doing something like that, but I'm trying to make money. I ain't trying to. I'm giving up all this information and stuff because of the plight of the black man and the black woman, but mostly the black man in the United States. Maybe somewhere, some way, someone can think of a good, get out and see what's going on, and maybe can go back and change. That's why I entertain these haters on YouTube, because I just got finished talking to this one guy from China. I don't know. He said, "Oh, just because a Japanese girl, bow down and say she like you or some crap like that, that don't mean all Asians did this." And he was like, on China's basketball league or something like that, they don't have any black people on it. But of course, well, I was gonna say something about it, but they did have a I think they had a Chinese person running, or Japanese, or was that Japan had a brother, sister running on the team or something, I forgot. But he said, yeah, we don't have, because we know we can on our, I think he said on his basketball team, because we don't need, because we know we're better than you. And I'm like, man, China got crushed by America. And then he said, well, we won more medals or something. And I wrote back, well, yeah, okay, but well, how long? Yeah, well, I think it's like the first time ever or something like that, And I don't know. And then I got mad at him because every time he wrote China, he wrote it with a small C. So I wrote to him and I said, yo, you need to have some respect for your country and write this, capitalize the C, and then I put idiot after that. And then he was talking about how China or something like that is growing the economy and all that, and talking bad about Africa and China. And I told him, I said, well, because of the information I've been reading and from my subscriber and friends, about how the first Chinese people were actually black, and the first Chinese dynasties were made by black people and all that stuff, And so I wrote that to him, and I said, right now China is growing, but before they had, China was a kind of like a world power anyway. I said, from the days when we created the first China dynasties, and then you guys came along and killed us off and took over and stuff. You spoiled brats, and I wrote it like that. And I said, you took over, but I'm just waiting to see if China's gonna. I said, but when y'all took over, China fell, into what? Chaos and wars. China. You think about, China. All they're doing is fighting and fighting and fighting. And I said, just like when Spain, took the reins of what we did over in Spain after 8 centuries, they took the reins, and after 100 years, they fell into chaos, catastrophe and all of that stuff, because they didn't have the flavor to hold the reins, to hold our reins, or something like that. I forgot. And then he talking about how it's the second economy and all that stuff. And I said, well, of course China is making all this money because the Chinese citizens were wise enough to sell imitation, fake, artificial, what else? Bootleg and all kinds of other materials and products to these. I don't know if I said white or Europeans. I'm sure maybe I said white. Whoa, you see that bike? To these to the tourists. I said European tourists, and I said them idiot tourists, were actually participating in the demise of their economy and their national security, because you ain't got no money, then you can't pay for wars, and you can't develop, and the people are fighting, and then if another country just come in, like somebody just going to Greece right now, and they all fighting and stuff, people that ain't gonna band together and fight. They'll just let somebody else come in, because I gotta do this. We can do better, all right. So what? They kill the president, take over and make the country better, nobody ain't gonna care, everybody's looking out for themselves. And I said, those people that bought all those fake materials and stuff like that, they contributed to China's billions, if not trillions, dollars of financial, how can I say it, development and stuff, because those people, they selling that stuff. They're not stupid people. They're very intelligent. They make all that money. One day they're making like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, whatever, and war. I'm talking about just one stand, and they put that money into their factories and things that they're building, and making whatever they're doing, they could, like black women doing, to Korea, selling all that stuff, and Korea, they get loans from their bank and get these machines and start making all these chemicals and stuff, and they got a guarantee, say, hey, we got a guarantee, black people and black women, they spending $4 billion, whatever, dollars every year, and they profiting, and so then they take that money, turn around and invest it in their country and different other enterprises and stuff, and man, they growing. The same thing happened in China, because he talking about black people stupid, and he's praising the white people and stuff. But I said, there ain't too many black people over there in China, buying all that stuff, which I ain't gonna, of course that's not true, but I'm just playing into his hands. And I said, the white people from Europe, they just came and pretty much sold their country to China, and I don't know, it was funny. And then he said something about you black people need to praise white people for letting y'all to change. And I said, well, you need to praise them too, because they came along and let you, they defeated Japan and freed you from Japan's chains too. So you need to stop watching. You said you watch your mouth. You're talking all that crap, but we fell from grace. We came down from grace, but what you doing? You coming up. We were up there and we're on our way back up, but I don't know. It was funny.